Welcome to the Sad Crime Channel. Today, a case from the United States. The case is so sad because two young, innocent people lost their lives just because someone was greedy, and the reason why they needed money seems downright absurd. In 2010, Samuel Herr was 26 years old and lived in Costa Mesa, a suburb of Los Angeles. He had recently returned from Afghanistan. His mental state was not the best, showing symptoms of post-traumatic stress disorder. His parents surrounded him with caring attention. They regularly called their son, invited him for dinners, and talked to him. They even had spare keys to his apartment and power of attorney for his bank account, just in case. Sam planned to return to the military after graduating from Orange Coast College. He hoped that with the right education, he would earn an officer's rank. He was doing quite well for himself, had a close circle of friends. Among them was 23-year-old Julie Kibuishi. The student provided tutoring in anthropology to the soldier. The two got along very well. Soon, a brotherly-sisterly relationship developed between them. On May 22, 2010, Stephen Herr, Samuel's father, decided to go to Costa Mesa to check if everything was okay with his son. Sam hadn't been in touch for some time and hadn't shown up at his parents' house for a scheduled meeting. This kind of behavior was completely unlike him. The Herrs were full of the worst fears. When Steve entered the apartment, he was struck by a deafening silence. The place seemed empty, although some lights were on. The worst sight awaited the man in the bedroom. On the bed, face down, lay the motionless body of a person. However, it wasn't Samuel, but a woman. Her body lay on the mattress, but her legs touched the floor, making her look like she was kneeling. Her pants were pulled down to her knees, and the back of her shirt bore crudely handwritten vulgar messages. Identifying the victim was not particularly difficult. Her purse with documents was found in the kitchen. It was Julie Kibuishi, a student whom Stephen knew well. He knew she tutored Sam. The pair had never been romantically involved, so finding Kibuishi's body in such a situation was surprising. Julie was a child very loved by her parents. She had an extremely open, cheerful personality. She had been dancing since she was 5 years old and loved performing publicly. In 2010, she was studying fashion design at the same college Samuel attended. She was very close to her family and maintained a close relationship with them. When she stopped responding on May 21st, worried, the Kibuishis reported their daughter missing to the police. However, they were told that their child was an adult and had the right to disappear occasionally, especially over the weekend. On Saturday night, Julie's parents learned that their daughter was dead. An autopsy revealed that she had been shot twice in the head at close range. The perpetrator then cut the victim's pants and pulled them down to her knees, and on the back of the shirt she was wearing wrote vulgar messages by hand. All of this, as suspected, suggested a sexual motive. Ultimately, it was ruled out in the investigations. The crime scene seemed to leave no doubt. The young people met at Sam's house and he may have proposed her sex. When he was met with refusal, he flew into a rage and attacked. Afterward, he grabbed something to write with, and by scribbling obscene sentences, expressed his dislike for his recent partner, suggesting she got what she deserved. Then he fled the scene to avoid responsibility. Roughly, this kind of story was circulated by the press. Indeed, in murder cases, the perpetrator is usually someone from the victim's closest circle. However, in the case of Sam and Julie, the situation was not so obvious. The Afghanistan veteran had a girlfriend named Katerina for a long time with whom he planned a future together. He met her during his stay in Germany. Despite maintaining a long-distance relationship, the couple often met. They even planned to live together. Herr had substantial savings from his service days, which he intended to use to buy a house. Julie was also in a relationship. Her boyfriend was in Japan, and they maintained contact through the internet. So the 23-year-old treated Sam as a friend or an older brother. Their relationship never had a romantic or erotic undertone. They were never in a relationship together. The police focused on searching for the missing Samuel Herr. Investigators carefully monitored activity on his bank account. The same was done by the man's father, who had power of attorney. At the same time, the sequence of events that took place on the late evening of March 21st was reconstructed. Julie arrived at her friend's apartment around midnight. She sent another message to her brother from the door, informing him that she was on the spot and heard crying, so she expected trouble. She never contacted her family again. Her phone stopped being active. So it seemed that Sam had deceitfully lured her to him, used her, and killed her. And then he ran away. There was no wallet, money, or his passport found in the apartment. His car also disappeared from the house. To make matters worse, Sam had a criminal record in the past. As a teenager, he was a member of a gang and was accused, along with 17 friends, of murdering a member of a rival criminal group. He spent a year in custody but was ultimately acquitted of all charges and regained his freedom. As it turned out, Samuel withdrew money from the ATM twice on the night of Julie's murder. However, the camera installed at the ATM captured someone else entirely, a teenage boy wearing a baseball cap. Policemen were able to track him down because the young man used the same card to pay for a pizza delivery to his home. Investigators arrived at the scene with several patrol cars and a helicopter. The frightened 16-year-old named Wesley opened the door to the officers. He was disoriented. He explained that he did not know Samuel Herr. He didn't really know whose card it was from which he withdrew money because he received it from his acquaintance, 26-year-old Daniel Patrick Wozniak. Wozniak told the boy that the card belonged to a man who was in custody and needed cash to pay bail. He asked Wesley to withdraw the money and give it back to him later. The naive boy agreed to help because he knew Daniel and trusted him. Wesley and Daniel performed together on the stage of a local theater. However, Wozniak couldn't make a living from this activity. He had financial problems, but on the other hand, he desperately needed money. For some time, he had been engaged to his colleague from work, 22-year-old Rachel Buffett. The wedding was approaching fast, along with significant expenses. Daniel was looking for a way to get easy money until he met Samuel Herr. Daniel and Sam lived in the same apartment complex. The developer provided the residents of his estate with attractive recreational space. The property area included a pool, gym, and barbecue area. Neighbors would gather there for communal gatherings, eating, drinking, and chatting. Julie also appeared at these gatherings. Sam introduced her to Daniel and Rachel. Wozniak was arrested during his bachelor party just 2 days before the wedding. He began his testimony by stating that he did indeed withdraw money from Samuel Herr's card, but he did so as part of a jointly planned fraud. Sam asked his friend to withdraw cash from his account, and then he would report the theft to the bank and demand a refund. Afterward, he would give his accomplice a percentage of the transaction. Daniel agreed, but to carry out the transaction, he used Wesley's naivety to avoid being associated with fraud in case of a mishap. The plot was poorly woven and had little chance of success. The police pressed, so the suspect continued to talk. He finally confessed that on Saturday, March 22nd, in the morning, a nervous Sam knocked on his door. He confessed that he had shot Julie. He demanded help from his friend to flee, so Daniel drove him to the shopping center in his own car, and he never saw Herr again. With every passing hour, the investigators became more suspicious. Wozniak stumbled, hesitated, and tangled in his testimony. Finally, he said that he was in Samuel's apartment and saw the woman's bloody body. He realized that Julie had been shot twice in the head, and this testimony sunk him because no casual observer could see bullet traces in Kibuishi's thick black hair. They were only discovered by doctors during the autopsy, who shaved the dead woman's head. After 14 hours of interrogation, the third-rate actor from Los Angeles finally admitted guilt. He said he shot Julie and Samuel because he's crazy. However, the truth was quite different. He did it for money. Sam lost his life first. Early Friday morning, May 21st, Daniel lured him deceitfully to the attic of the theater where he worked. He shot Sam and then abandoned the dismembered body in El Dorado Park in Long Beach, California. Later, he sent text message from Samuel's phone to Julie. When she arrived at the scene, he opened the door for her and said he also received a message asking for help. Julie was surprised but entered. "Hey, look what's lying on the bed," Wozniak said to her. When Kibuishi leaned over the mattress, he shot her twice in the head. He did it to authenticate Samuel's sudden disappearance, posthumously implicating Sam in the murder. He pulled down the victim's pants and wrote obscene messages on her back.
You said you wanted to talk to me. What's going on?
I'm crazy and I did it.
You did what?
I killed Julie and I killed Sam.
Okay. Tell me how you killed Sam.
2 shots using my father's gun that I had.
And your motive behind killing Sam was?
Money and insanity.
Money and insanity. Okay. Tell me about the Sam incident and what you did.
I told him that I needed to move some stuff from the theater. I said, you need to bend down and help me lift this thing up. And when he bent down, I grabbed the gun. I never really fired the gun before, so I pulled it back and I shot him.
Okay. Is there anything that you said to Julie prior to shooting her?
No, I didn't. I got her in. I was downstairs in my apartment. I was still text messaging.
That was Sam's phone you were using?
Yes.
Okay.
Sam's phone.
What sort of text messaging were you doing back and forth?
I was saying, you need to come over tonight. You need to come over tonight.
What did you say to Julie?
Julie was wearing like a crown tiara. She had just come from her brother's. I had said like, Sam had just called me and he was going through some stuff. She said, yeah, me too. I said, well, I have a key. Let's go in. I opened the door. I let us in. And then I just went to the bathroom real quick because I was really nervous. Loaded the gun again.
And?
Went back out into the hallway and then said, oh, by the way, did you see this in Sam's bed? And I said, lean over, look at it right there. And when she was leaned over, I put 2 bullets in the back of her head.
Okay. Why did you feel you had to kill Julie? What was the rationale behind that?
I was going crazy.
No, but seriously.
Seriously, to cover up Sam. And so
why? How would that cover up Sam?
To make it look like he was on the run and he did it.
He was the one that did it.
Right. It reached a point to where I couldn't even believe that I was doing this. I don't know. I don't know.
On Saturday night, Daniel casually took the stage as if nothing had happened. Then he busied himself with emptying Samuel's account. He needed cash to pay off debts and cover the costs of the wedding and Rachel's future life. He saw no other way to obtain the necessary funds. During social gatherings at the grill, he learned that the Afghanistan veteran had substantial savings. He saw an opportunity to exploit it. On December 16, 2015, after just 2 hours of deliberation, the jury found Daniel Wozniak guilty of 2 counts of first-degree murder and sentenced him to death. "I only regret that I can't kill that coward myself," commented Stephen Herr on the verdict. "You took the precious life of my daughter, a beautiful, caring, loving daughter, to hide your vile, deliberate crime. Did you ever feel guilty?" "No, never," added the distraught June Kibuishi. Wozniak was sent to death row, but he probably will never lose his life. California is under a moratorium on the death penalty. The news once again provoked Stephen to speak out in the media. He said about state governor has opened all wounds again, and even caused new ones. It's not okay. It's not justice. If the governor wanted to provoke anger and resentment with his actions, he succeeded. In November 2018, Rachel Buffett, Daniel's former fiancée, was found guilty of providing false testimony to protect her partner and divert suspicion from him. She was sentenced to 32 months in prison.
Hi, my name is Dan Wozniak. I'll be playing the role of John Davis in Orange County. Okay, take it again. Playing the role of John Davis in Orange County Theater. God damn! I'll just say in Orange County. I can't say theater. Don't say that. You need to walk away from that? Shut up. So I'm saying there?
Absolutely, yeah. You're arrested for murder, okay? Accessory to murder. That's what you're being arrested for. You don't want to talk to us anymore? That's
Okay,
it. We're done.
Hold on.
We're done.
Whoa.
We're done. Unless you want to talk to us, we're done.
I will talk to you about anything if it gets me to my wedding on Friday. That's what I will promise. Anything you want. Oh my God.
Go ahead, we're listening.
Yes, I helped Sam get away. Yes, I did not know what he was planning until then. Yes, I lied to you guys earlier. Yes, I did stuff that I'm not proud of. That's it.
Daniel Wozniak is He's planning on solving his financial problems and taking an awesome cruise. Okay? What does he know about Sam Herr? He knows he's got a whole lot of money from his service in the military. Yet, what is our hero doing? He's back on stage. Let's talk about Steve Herr. Steve was his best friend. These are his quotes for the record. Saturday, May 29th was my son's 27th birthday. And here I am, his father, praying that they find my son's head to a victim. How many layers of awful do we need before the death penalty is appropriate? Before the death penalty is the only possible way we can satisfy justice in a case. He did not care about those people. And now I'm asking you to care about those people. This right. You take care of business when you go back there. You take care of business.
My only regret that in this state won't let me kill this coward myself.
It was back in...
It is the order of this court that you shall suffer the death penalty.
Thank you for listening until the end. If you liked this video, please give it a like or subscribe to my channel. I will be very grateful. Goodbye and stay safe.